Hello everyone, welcome back to Fire Nursing Tutorial YouTube channel. Today we are tackling topic that's often a source of excitement, curiosity and sometimes a little anxiety for expectant parents, the pregnancy ultrasound report. We are going to break down most importantly what the report says about the health and development of your baby. We will look at the typical report structures from the basic information about the pregnancy to detailed fetal anatomy and biometric measurements. Who all have visited first time on the channel, please do subscribe and watch. First we need to see patient and scan details. That is, we need to check always name, age, date of scan and then LMP, that is nothing but a last menstrual period, and also gestational age, that's including weeks plus days. And then this tells how many weeks pregnant mother is. Next we need to see type of EVSG ultrasound, that is TVS, that is nothing but a transvaginal scan that has to be done during early pregnancy. And then next comes to the transabdominal scan, that is later pregnancy. Here are early pregnancy, that is TVS, and then after 8 to 10 weeks, that is later pregnancy, that is TAS. And then next, importantly, we need to say that location of pregnancy. Here we need to look for intrauterine pregnancy. Intrauterine pregnancy in the sense that is normal. And then extrauterine or ectopic pregnancy, it is in a dangerous. Here, gestational sac has seen inside uterus, that is equal to that means it's a normal pregnancy. Gestational sac has to be seen inside the uterus. Next, we need to see gestational sac. Here first we need to say that gestational sac present or absent. Here mean sac diameter, that is in mm. Here normal, that is GS, visible at 4 to 5 weeks of pregnancy. And then regular shape, that is, it means that healthy pregnancy. And then comes to the abnormal things. Here if we found irregular sac and then very small or very large sac, it is abnormal. Next comes to the yolk sac. Here it is seen inside gestational sac and then normal size is less than 6 mm. And then presence of yolk sac means it's an early viable pregnancy. And then absent or very large yolk sac we need to see in the report. Next, fetal pole or embryo. Round rump length, that is nothing but a head to bottom length. And then best measurements for dating pregnancy. Here CRL increases daily and then used to calculate exact gestational age. It's going to help for gestational age, to find gestational age. Next, important thing is fetal heart activity that appears by 5.5 to 6 weeks. And then here normal rate will be, that is 110 to 160 beats per minute. And then if no cardiac activity after crown rump length, that is greater than 7 mm, suspicious of miscarriage. This is an indicator. Always we need to see carefully. Next we'll see number of fetuses. This has to be mentioned. Single live intrauterine pregnancy and then twin pregnancy. If it is dichorionic or monochorionic, and then always mention number of fetuses. Next, placenta, we'll see. Here it is seen after 12 weeks of pregnancy. And then location anterior, posterior, fundal, low lying of placenta previa. Here low lying placenta in early pregnancy may migrate upward later. Previously it may be low lying, but as gestational age increases, that time it may go upward. Next, amniotic fluid. Here reported as normal, and then oligohydramnios, that is low amniotic fluid, and then polyhydramnios, that is excess fluid, amniotic fluid. And then later pregnancy, that is amniotic fluid index, that normal index will be 8 to 18 centimeter. Next we'll see the fetal anatomy. That is anomaly scan, if any abnormality like that. That is in between 18 to 22 weeks. Here they are going to check brain, spine, heart, kidneys, limbs, stomach and bladder. If no obvious congenital anomaly detected, in the sense it is in a normal scan. Next, cervix and uterus. Here they are going to check the cervix length, cervical length, that is normal greater than 2.5 centimeter. And then short cervix, there will be the risk of preterm labor, we can see. Next, impression, that is conclusion, we'll see. Most important part, for example, single live intrauterine pregnancy of 8 weeks. And then no fetal cardiac activity suggestive of missed abortion. And then placenta previa type 2. And then always read this section carefully. We'll see red flag in ultrasound report. Here specific findings that suggest serious underlying pathology or conditions, we can say. Here red flag signs, empty gestational sacs after 6 weeks, and then no heartbeat after crown rump length, that is greater than 7 mm. And then if you found that ectopic pregnancy, very low amniotic fluid, and then major fetal anomalies. If you found this video useful, please give it a like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more informative content. Thank you for watching.